Okay, so we're doing steel cut oats, apple cinnamon steel cut oats.
Steel cut oats are my favorite thing to feed my kids on school mornings. It keeps them full all the way till lunch, and they cook up quick and easy. I can start a pot before the hurry, get ready for school rush happens, and they still have time to eat it before school.
Yeah, that's a great thing with the Instant Pot. You can put it in, walk away, go get them all ready for school, and come back and your meal is ready.
Yep, I like to make like a double or triple batch because you can put it in the fridge and serve it for a couple days.
So I'm Barbara.
And I'm Jen.
And we're from Pressure Cooking Today.
So we'll get started. We've got our pot on saute.
And we're going to saute the oats.
If you're in a big hurry, you can skip this step. It only takes a couple minutes, and I really like to do it because when you toast the oats, they kind of get this nutty aroma, and it just adds a little bit to the flavors. So when I have time, I do like to do it, but if you don't have time, go ahead and skip it.
And we're doing steel cut oats, which is different.
So steel cut oats and rolled oats, they're both made from the same oat, but like rolled oats, they use like a giant roller to roll them flat.
Smash them flat. Yeah.
And the steel cut oats, they use a giant chopper to just kind of chop them. That's their steel cut. They use a steel chopper, I guess. But they are a little bit heartier. When you would be cooking them without a pressure cooker, typically you would do like an overnight soak. But using your pressure cooker, you can get away without that. You can tell that the oats are toasted by the smell. I used to get really frustrated with Mom because I would say, are they ready? And she'd be like, well, do they smell ready? And it's like, I don't know. But you really can. It starts to, I don't know, it just kind of smells nutty, which is kind of weird because they're oats and they're not at all nutty, but it just smells nutty. It's good. And the great thing is if you're not quite sure, go ahead and add your liquid and you'll be fine.
Okay, so our oats are toasted. We're going to go ahead and add 3½ cups of water. Okay, we're going to sweeten it with a little brown sugar and a little cinnamon.
Yep.
And then we're going to add some apples.
All right, so we've got our apples. They're just cored, peeled, and diced. If you want to, you can leave the peels on for more nutrition. My kids like it really appley, so I typically will add 2 or 3 apples. No change to the cook time. I'll just dump it in.
What type of apples do you like to use?
So any kind of baking apples will be great in this recipe. I really love like Cameo or Gala apples are great. Stay away from Fuji or Red Delicious. I found they kind of break down in there.
Get a little too mushy.
I really love a good Granny Smith in there, but my kids think it's a little bit too tart. But I like to mix, when I'm doing 2 or more apples, I'll mix a Granny Smith with a more gentle, like a Gala apple.
Yeah, that's always a good option.
Super yummy. So we'll just lock the lid in place.
Yeah, that's all the ingredients. Okay, so you want to turn off the saute function and set the cook time for 10 minutes?
With a 10-minute natural release. This is a great time. It takes probably, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to come to pressure. So great time for me, I run and get the kids' hair done, get my hair brushed enough to drive carpool.
Yeah, and you want to be sure with this one to do a natural pressure release because steel cut oats foam, all kinds of oats foam as they cook, and you don't want any foam coming out of the steam release valve. So it's important to let it release for at least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's released the pressure for 10 minutes, and we're going to use a quick release to release any remaining pressure.
Not a lot. Let's see, that way, backwards. Doing it backwards.
There we go.
It smells like apples. This is one of my favorite fall desserts. You can mix it up and add like a little pumpkin pie spice. I like to use in this sometimes. We have so many steel cut oats recipes on there because I really like them.
It's one of your favorite fall breakfasts.
It's one of my favorite, period, just breakfasts. But yes, especially in the fall when you're just craving comfort food in the morning. Okay, I'll shake those drips off.
We'll go ahead and stir it and see how it's a little thin. You'll be surprised how thick it will get. You just need to sit and let it cool a bit, and it will absorb all that liquid.
Yeah, it really is crazy. Like I didn't believe Mom when I was first making it. I'm like, this is way too thin. So I added some cornstarch and water to thicken it up. And after like 5-10 minutes, it was like way too thick. So we had to add a bunch of milk. So we will just let this sit. To thicken faster, oftentimes I'll just take it out of the pot and put it on a trivet, just to get it away from the heating element. We'll be back.
Okay, so it's been a few minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes, and it's thickened up nicely.
Yeah, it looks really good.
In the morning, you can just leave it and go about your whatever you're doing. We're going to dish some up.
Put that there.
Maybe just another little scoop. And then we're going to put some.
You want to splash first or the brown sugar first?
Let's do the brown sugar.
Okay.
Some brown sugar on there.
My kids love this when I add a little extra brown sugar. They think it's so fancy.
And when it's hot like that and melts, I love it too. I love it when you get a nice melty brown sugar part.
Yeah.
A little extra
That's a
cinnamon.
lot. Want to splash some milk?
Yeah.
I'll let you do it. You're master.
You want to
of it.
get some more apples on
I
top
just thought
just
it
to
looked
decorate.
pretty for garnish. I mean, when we cook it at home, we usually we don't garnish, but for pictures, I thought it would look prettier if we, like, I don't
Some
know.
fresh apples
Yeah,
there.
what do you think? How do you make it look pretty, Mom?
Just put them in.
Just put them in like that? Go
There
for it.
you go. There you
Okay.
go. Awesome. So there you have it. We could even put a little another scoop.
Apple.
Get some of those apples on top.
We like to make it look pretty.
There
Some
we
brown
go.
sugar.
Perfect.
All right, so it's really easy. It really is great for busy mornings. If I know it's going to be a morning where we're going to have like 10-15 minutes, I'll often make it the night before, so I don't have to worry about the cooling. And then it's just a quick, heat up and go. If you have kids like mine who like to eat it at like lukewarm temperatures, you can control that and heat it up to just barely above like room temperature.
But it's a hearty, healthy meal, and
It really does keep them full until lunch, which is the best. So if you make it, would love it if you'd leave us a comment below. Let us know how it goes.
be sure and
Like and subscribe.
subscribe.
Thanks.